Today, I'm gonna show you how to make this, or even just have it playing throughout the whole entire clip like this. I really hope we can make that look good because that just felt really stupid, so yeah.
I finally got the shake sauce rugs in stock, so if you want one, links in the description.
I've been waiting on these for a while, so it's really cool to have them finally here, somewhere I can sit down for a little bit until you guys end up actually getting them.
I'm gonna spread these out for you guys so you can see kind of how big they are. Okay, that took a bit longer than I thought.
But they're all now laid out in the living room, all 20 something of them. Let's see if we can get them all in one. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so like I said, if you guys want one, links in the description. They're all hand tufted. They're 3.5 foot long by 2 foot wide. This has been like a super fun side project for me because I haven't done anything physical like this before. So from ordering that first rug and getting that first design and the sample, and then actually going through and placing the order and now being able to ship them out to you guys, it's super sick and genuinely has been like a really good time doing something like this. I'm gonna keep these super limited to these 20 rugs, and they're all gonna be hand numbered, signed. There's gonna be a handwritten note, come with a shake sauce bottle, and then also some stickers. So if you do want to support in that way, get yourself a rug and sauce up your setup. I'll have them linked down below. But yeah, again, honestly, I'm so hyped to just like finally have them here and be able to ship them out to you guys.
Also, what do you guys think about the nighttime vibes in my apartment? I gotta still get like a bunch of stuff here, but it's starting to come together. It's funny with all the shake sauce rugs, but I just added this mirror light and then also this lamp, and I feel like it's super fire with the fireplace and the TV playing. Come on. It's a cool little night vibe, you know? Just like chill.
Into the lab so we can break down this effect. Let's go.
And we got the one shake sauce rug here. So I guess there's 21 in existence. 21.
All right, so now that we're on the computer in After Effects, I'm gonna show you how I created that intro. You guys already saw it, but I haven't seen it yet because I'm actually using the footage from the intro right now because I just recorded the clip. So to get started in After Effects, what I'm going to do is duplicate that first clip where we want the effect to take place. I think right there is a good frame, so I'm gonna split it right where I want that frame to take place. And the best way to probably do this is go to time, freeze frame, and then use the pen tool. But since it's really quick and we're using this outline effect, I don't think it really matters if we use the rotoscope brush. So I'm gonna go 5 frames forward, split it there, and then inside the roto brush tool, I'm just gonna double click on our clip here and just use it here. Now, I don't really recommend using the roto brush tool for a freeze frame ever because you will see in a second that it's going to like move around a little bit, but because we're adding other effects that already kind of do that to this effect, I don't think it's gonna matter too much, and hopefully it doesn't because I'm doing it this way. Holding Alt to erase, and then just clicking to add. A pro tip actually, if you hold Control on your keyboard and then click and drag, you can change the size of the roto brush. See how it kind of moves? I don't think that's gonna matter too much using the roto brush. So we're just gonna go ahead and click freeze. And then when we play that, you can see we have the freeze frame playing in the front. It kind of snaps back. I want to have this outline effect. I've seen it done in music videos. You can probably do it in, reels or anything really, sports edits, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go to find edges and drag that onto our clip. And you can see right off the start, it has me basically all white with like these small details and like my lips and my jaw and stuff. So I'm gonna click invert and it's gonna do the exact opposite. Now there's gonna be like highlights where all the details are. But we don't really want all these separate colors. So to fix that, we're gonna use the tint effect. And now you can see all the spots where it was colorful, like my nose, my mouth, all that stuff, and now turned all the brighter spots to white. And this is where you're gonna go ahead and choose the color of the effect you want. So you can do red, purple, blue, you can do all these colors. You can always go back and change too, so it doesn't really matter too much what you pick right now. I'm gonna do this like cyan color, and then we can go ahead and change this to add. And now you can see there's a little bit of an outline around us as the subject. And what I'm going to do now is add on deep glow. If you guys don't have deep glow, you can use any glow that's built into After Effects. I think there's just a thing called glow, right? Yeah, you can just use glow. It works pretty much the same. I'm gonna turn down the radius a decent amount and then the exposure up a decent amount. So there's like a little bit more of an intense kind of glow around us here. If you do want to add a little bit more detail to certain areas, you can always duplicate that find edges effect. And because we have deep glow on right now, it's a little bit too intense, but you can always do that. And now you can see there's a little bit more pronounced areas. And if it's too much, you can kind of blend with the original. So you can go, say you wanted it just a little bit more. So you can blend it with the original, like 97%. For us, I think it looks good here. I think I'm gonna turn down the radius just a little bit more on that deep glow. And then let's go ahead and add universe heat wave. I think it just makes it a little less like straight on, like it kind of just like blurs certain areas and makes it look a little bit more like less robotic looking, I guess is the way I would describe it. I'm gonna turn the intensity from 10 to 50, and then the blur amount down maybe a little bit to like 15, and then the speed down a little bit as well. And now you can see it just doesn't like match up perfectly, and I think that kind of just gives a good look. And then if you don't have universe heat wave, which I'm assuming a decent amount of you guys might not, you can always add turbulence displace, maybe turn down that a little bit, and then just keyframe the amount throughout. So there's a little bit more of that ripple kind of look. You can even do the size as well. It kind of gives you the same look. And then you can do something like Gaussian blur to kind of get that blur that Heatwave has as well. And then just turn up the numbers just a little bit. But I like the way Heatwave looks, so I'm going to keep using that. And now when we play that, we have kind of the effect we want. I don't think it's like fully there. We need to add some shakes. We need to add some movement to the actual freeze frame, just kind of fade it in and out. So I'm gonna press S on my keyboard to bring up scale, and then T on my keyboard to bring up opacity, and then U to bring up both of those keyframes. And let's go to right before it ends and scale it up a decent amount. I don't know, something like that. And then I'm gonna drag that keyframe opacity 2 frames before it ends, so it's 100, and then I'm gonna keyframe it to 50, and then it'll go to 0. So like it kind of just like fades out like that. I'm going to easy ease all these keyframes as well as highlight the scale keyframes. Go to the graph editor, and I'm just going to play with the graph editor a bit to kind of have it look like this. And then it kind of just like does it fast and stops. So now I think the only thing I really want to do is make it a new adjustment layer, cut it a little bit before, cut it a little after, and then we just need like some like kind of impact to make it feel like it hit there and there's an actually effect happening. So inside of Shake Sauce, I'll have this link down below. It's my After Effects extension for Shake. I'm going to use a vertical hit. I think just normal vertical hit will work good here. I'm going to select on that adjustment layer right where that effect takes place, and then just double click the vertical hit preset. And then just like that, we have a nice vertical hit with that effect taking place. I think one other thing I'm gonna add is my flicker preset from my energy pack. You can use that, or you can keyframe the brightness. Basically, it's just gonna make it flash a little bit more and strobe a little bit more. You can also always just keyframe the tint color. So you can start it off like a blue, and then maybe towards the end, you want it to get like a green or something. Let's go ahead and just show you what that looks like. You can see how it's kind of fades into that green. But now we want to move on to the secret sauce, kind of make that lightning effect with also having a little bit of movement and kind of just make it animated a bit more. So this is the sauce here. I'm going to go through and rotoscope out our clip. That way we can go ahead and just apply it throughout the whole thing. So instead of making it a freeze frame this time, we're going to go through, rotoscope out our clip. And then once you have a good roto like this, I think this is passable. Just go ahead and click freeze. And I'm just going to copy and paste all the effects onto our clip. A few keyframe things that I'm going to go ahead and just delete for right now. For this here, I'm going to add my hue strobe as well as my flicker from my energy pack. Again, it's just time savers. It's basically just changing the color and then making it flicker, but it's going to do it indefinitely forever without having to keyframe it. So just saves you a little bit of time. I'm going to change this to add. So now we have this effect going on here. And I think what I'm going to do to sauce it up a little bit more is duplicate this heat wave effect, drag it above find edges. And now you can see when I turn it on and off, there's a lot of detail in like areas in my hoodie, like over here. And then when I turn it on, it removes some detail. So basically it's going to give it like this kind of like waving looking effect. Instead of blur amount 15, that's basically what's killing the detail. I'm going to turn it to like 5. So now there's still a little bit of detail missing, but it's going to have like that wave looking effect. I think bringing up the intensity maybe to like 75 or something will look cool here as well. And then to add that lightning effect is basically just a built-in effect to After Effects called lightning. And you can see when we first drag it on, it looks a little weird. It looks like lightning, but just like from left to right. So I'm going to drag that all the way above our tint. So it's going to have the same color and it's going to change hues as well. And what I'm going to do is drag the start point to our hand here. And then we can just drag this somewhere off screen, like over here to the left. That way you can keep the end point the same spot. We only have to keyframe one spot, which is the start point. I'm going to go 10 frames at a time, go 10 frames forward, and then just keyframe it to my thumb, I think will probably be the easiest. Go 10 frames forward, keyframe to thumb, 10 frames forward, thumb, and then go in between the 10 frames and just readjust anytime you need to. There's going to be times where whatever you're tracking it to move a little bit more than other times. So just instead of going frame by frame, I just go in between the keyframes and try to find the best spot. The lightning effect also has this thing called detail level. And if you bring that all the way up, I think it's a little bit more intensive on your computer, but it also, in my opinion, makes it look a lot more like actual lightning. And there's things like branching or rebranching you can add and change, and it basically just affects the way the lightning looks in your video. And I think just to animate the endpoint a little bit, I'm going to have it start off in the bottom left, and then the endpoint at the end, I'll just have it go all the way to the top left. That way it kind of just moves throughout and it looks a little bit more animated than just like sitting at the corner. And now when we play that, you can see it's changing colors and it's going all the way to the top like that. Now there's pretty much infinite stuff you can go ahead and add to this effect to make it your own, make it unique. If you guys need help, I have a bunch of presets on my website. I'll have it linked down below, as well as Shake Sauce. But for example, if we were to add something like, let's see, the melting face preset onto just the layer with the lightning and stuff, If we apply that on, you can see how it kind of melts up like that. There's a bunch of different presets like the melting face in the liquid explosion pack V1 and V2. Well, I'm just gonna make an adjustment layer real quick. And from the motion warp pack, let's do whip left. And then whip left looks something like that. You can see how it kind of just whips to the side. In the motion warp pack, there's a bunch of different presets like that are done for you. That way you don't have to spend your time coming up with a bunch of these effects. If you do like any of those presets, chances are you like all the presets on my site, so definitely go check those out. But to finish this out, I do want to give one last tip. If you do decide to add multiple lightnings to your footage, they're gonna look the exact same unless you go down to where it says random seed and change the numbers. So if you had 2 of them, just make sure that lightning 1 is a different number than lightning 2. It doesn't have to be number 1 and 2. Just drag up the seed and it's basically gonna make a completely unique, different version of the lightning. And then to finish out the transition, let's go ahead and make an adjustment layer, cut it like this, and then let's go ahead and apply quick hit with a flash from Shake Sauce. And then once that renders out, we have the final output, or whatever you guys saw in the beginning of the video. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make this, or even just have it playing throughout the whole entire clip like this. Super fire. I like the way that came out. There's a bunch of different effects and presets that you can add on to make it completely unique. I'll have Shake Sauce as well as all my presets linked in the description. Also on Patreon, I upload my project files. That way you guys can download the footage, download the effects, see exactly what I did in the tutorial if I skipped over something a little bit too quickly. The Shake Sauce rugs are available, so if you want to get one of the super limited Shake Sauce rugs, I'll have them linked in the description as well. Like I said, they're numbered 1 through 20, hand signed. There's gonna be a handwritten note. The Shake Sauce bottle, like this, it's gonna come. It's not gonna be blue. Mine turned blue because I added something weird to it. I still have to fix that. You'll get one that's actually the right color, and then as well some Shake Sauce stickers. If you do go ahead and decide to get a Shake Sauce rug, be sure to DM me on Instagram. That way I can thank you personally, because I don't know, it's really cool and I appreciate that crazy level of support. But that's all I got for you guys in this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Peace.